Hello, my name's Tom Carhill, and it's Thursday, the 20th of November 2014. I'm just doing a video because I've just seen that Puddick has put a tweet on Twitter, and it's saying, I'm doing an interview tomorrow evening with Lou Collins, Vinny, and Danielle Deller. I don't know who Vinny is. He's probably just another nobody like Danielle Deller and Lou Collins. But the thing with Danielle Deller is, seeing as she seemed to think she was going to make herself famous, and I decided that I didn't think she should be famous, she actually managed to achieve the dizzy heights of a CointelProLaxative playlist on my YouTube channel. So that's definitely the height of her achievement in life so far. But not to give her a big head, and to be fair to everybody, other people have got in touch with me and they've said, but Lou Collins does lots of shows, and yeah, not that anybody listens to these shows, but why don't you do one on her? Because she hangs around with all the other Jewish subversives, and you know, she's obviously evil, and she's working for the counterintelligence program. So, or the CointelPro, you know, she is a CointelPro. Now, she is a CointelPro, but because she's so incredibly boring and has nothing to say, nobody really pays any attention to her. Now, I've said in the past, sometimes she's sorry, I've heard in the past that sometimes Lou Collins sometimes jumps the gun, doesn't quite know what the agenda is, and talks off message, but I honestly can't be bothered to listen to her. But to be fair and reasonable, I thought that I should really do a video on Lou Collins, just to say, you know, just to put it out there. It's like having a file. If you had a job and you've got like various different categories, you might have a file. It might only have 2 or 3 bits of paper in, but just to show you haven't got anything on the subject, that not that you haven't covered it, you know, so then maybe it can get built up the way, you know, like a filing-based reason. Anyway, try as I might, I really couldn't think of anything to say about Lou Collins, and I can't be bothered to look into her. But with it being the CointelProLaxative series, after, you know, having it in the back of my head to think of something to say over the years and trying to, well, a couple of years, and having various things pop into my head, none of which really seemed significant. But with it being CointelProLaxative, I was on the toilet one day, and I couldn't go, and I thought of the rhyme, here I sit, broken-hearted, paid a penny for a shit, and only farted. And that's basically how I would, up until this point, have summed Lou Collins' counterintelligence program career up. You know, she's probably the most, so far as anything I can see, the most ineffective Jewish subversive I've ever come across. And of course, with Brian Gerrish keeping his head down all the time, and she works for him, you know, maybe she'll never have any significance to anything, as she seems to have done so far. But anyway, the tweet says, if you can't read what's on the screen, Puddick, I'm doing an interview tomorrow evening with @Lou Collins, SLT, Vinny, and Danielle Deller. Now, @Lou Collins is @LouCollins, Right now, the thing with Puddick is, I mean, he's pretty much been rumbled. He's definitely a Freemason. He's definitely working with the police. His Twitter trial is just a complete contrivance. It's completely made up. Why would somebody pestering somebody on the internet have to have a secret trial? Why would they have to change the judges? Why did a certain person mention a jury when there was no jury, then have to correct himself and say the circuit judge, when in fact it was an implanted judge, I believe another Jewish judge, Jewish lawyer, Jewish judge, Jewish alleged victim, Jewish alleged accused. A very Jewish affair, in secret, and Ian can't get his story straight about it, because sometimes he says it was a secret trial, and other times he says all the documents are available. I know the documents, he doesn't want to hand them over, and that seems very weird. Now, of course, you've also got the weird homosexual deviant edge of it, because Ian claims that the alleged guy, guy was wanking, and he sent a message to his wife, Ian Puddick's wife, that is, and Ian picked it up and became really excited when he was sunbathing. So I reckon there's some truth in that, but where the truth lies, I'm not sure. Now, people kept saying Ian's clearly a Freemason. Well, I mean, I knew he was a Freemason, and people started saying, well, when you know that, look over his other stuff and see, if there's any obvious giveaways. Now, I know that since he went to my parents' house and started making up lies about me having called him a paedophile, which I actually never have done, and I'm not stupid enough to go around making accusations about people, even in private, that I don't believe to be, that I don't have any evidence for. I might say I had a suspicion, but I've certainly never said that about him. But now more truth comes out about him. I think if he's working for the pro-paedophile counterintelligence program, then obviously he's much worse than just a meager paedophile, because he's like a paedophile enabler, isn't he? He is actually, and he's working with Bill Baloney, and Maria Baloney. So, you've got like, Baloney's also, his mum was a Jew, I hear, so another Jewish subversive, definitely also working with the police. So Ian definitely is a Freemason. Now here, look, I typed into Google Ian Puddick just to look on videos. Right now, you've got one video, it's not a picture of him. The second video, he's doing a double fists. Could be boxing, so that's 1, 2, 3 videos. 4th videos of me. 5th video, right, this is the second video that's got a picture of him. He's doing the invisible ball Masonic hand sign, right? So he's doing a Masonic hand sign, or a likely, that could be denied as a Masonic hand sign, but when you know he is one, so that's 1 Masonic hand sign out of 2. 2 out of 2. The 3rd video with him on, invisible ball. 3 Masonic hand signs out of 3 pictures. 4th video, different day, Masonic hand sign. 4 out of 4 videos. 5 out of 4 videos. If you look here, he's talking to that bell end, Ben Lowry, doing the Masonic ball again. 5 out of 5. Oh, he's not doing one there, but you can't see his hands. He probably is maybe some wanking involved. He likes to talk about wanking, right? 7th video is this. He's doing a Masonic M, a Masonic hand sign. Wrong cuff, what's his name? Chris Plumley, another Jew, worked for Dispatches, used him to pretend it was going to be on Dispatches by inference. There he seems to be stumbling on his words. London boiler, he's talking about boilers there. Now there's another one here. What's he doing? What's he doing with his hands? He's doing something with his hands. I'm not sure if that's a Masonic hand sign or not. It's a little bit small, my eyes aren't that good, but I presume that's probably another Masonic hand sign. Give me a second. Right, so we'll go back to the start here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pictures of him. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of those pictures he's definitely doing a Masonic hand sign. Now, as some of you will know, these two nobodies are also Vinny. I don't want to leave Vinny out. I presume you are a bit nobody, Vinny, because I've never heard of you. But Lou Collins is a nobody. Danielle Deller is a nobody. She's also known by other names, Danielle Deller, like Danielle La Verite, Scratchy Bonts. Oh yeah, what was it? Hard Silicon, 5 condoms, and what was the other one? There's a few other names she's been known by, mostly which she's made up herself, and they're the only ones she's made up in 2014. So she makes up quite a lot of videos. Oh, Lady Dellah, all sorts of silly names. But either way, that's her real name. Is Danielle George. She was either born Danielle Deller, which I think she was, or she was married the first time and called that. But Danielle George, I believe, is her current name. But then she says she's changed it or something. Anyway, so you see there, what on earth are they doing interviewing an obvious Freemason who's flaunting his Masonic hand signs all about the place? He's a total fraud. He's a total phony. And why is he on their show? Now, sorry, what I was going to say was, this Dellah woman, I decided when I first saw her on the internet, I thought she seemed alright the first time I watched her say something, and then I realised she was just waffling on about a load of rubbish, and she didn't know even what she was talking about in a very vague sense, and she kept mixing her words up, and she kept mixing up terms, like she would say that psychopaths don't have feelings. She meant to say empathy. Now, if somebody who hasn't claimed to be an expert on psychopaths, who spends a lot of time studying serial killers, said that, you might let it go. But obviously she hasn't, and that's exactly why she can make this type of slip-up. You know, it's a bit like if you get someone who's a housewife who's 20, and she said, oh, you know, they used a screw to screw that thing in, and it was actually a bolt, you wouldn't pick them up on it. But if they were a world champion plumber like him Puddick says he was, you see there'd be a problem there, wouldn't there? That's the, you know, the fair comparison, because it's all about being fair and reasonable. Right, now, what I think is Danielle Deller said she was going to be on that Lou Collins show every week. Then she kept making stupid excuses to not turn up because she was going through a load of trauma because everyone was taking a piss out of her because she's such an idiot, right? And she was too scared to go on the internet. But then again, she also claims to be agoraphobic, and a lot of people have said she's probably been swerving the benefit, and that's why she took down her video about being, or she wanted to disassociate with her videos about being agoraphobic, and also she took the other video down, but someone called George the Greek Trucker had kept it up because he was a fan of hers probably, and so we got that, and found out she deleted it, and put it back up again and changed it, which she then thanked me for. You know, again, not very intelligent, but then again, she has also called me a pedo. She's also sort of tried to appeal to the better side of my nature somehow. I can't remember what she was trying to be a sycophant and suck up to me once. She's called me a lot of names, but again, all of these people, that's part of their aim. You know, they want to kind of lower the standard in England by just calling someone a pedo because they say you're not very bright. That's total low-life behaviour. If anybody else said that, I'd be offended. I'd be offended if somebody said it about some random person. They're both random people. I think, you know, it's an aberration. It's totally unacceptable to start saying things like that. But anyway, from these people it means nothing, because we all know they've got a pro-paedophile agenda. So it really doesn't mean anything to them. They are not doing anything to help children. They're doing everything to enable paedophilia against them. But anyway, my thinking is that due to making this video, and even in the run-up to it, I was thinking that because of all of those three, there's Ian Puddick hacking my computer, bragging about it on Twitter, using his proxies to talk about personal details from my computer, going round my mum and dad's house saying that I said he's a pedo when I didn't. All of these stupid things he's doing. Also, you've got the police sticking up for him, making a complete fool of themselves by refusing to do anything about it, making a complete fool of themselves, a lot of it which is in writing. I think that all of these three mongs, Vinny, that four mongs, are going to have me on the mind, and I think it's very likely that they'll either decide to not do the interview, or it'll be obvious if you listen to it, and I'm not saying to listen to it, but, you know, maybe I'll listen to it, maybe I won't. They're very, very likely to slip up. But in answer to why I didn't do any videos on Lou Collins in the past, even though she is bad news, it's because of that. She is a nothing. There is nothing to her. You know, she never says anything interesting that I've ever heard. Apparently, she occasionally slips up and lets something out, but you know, I've never heard her say it. But anyway, I'll leave you with the little tune, and I believe this is from when you used to have toilets that you used to have to pay like 1 pence for, or 2 pence for in the old days. Here I sit, broken-hearted, paid a penny for a shit, and only farted. My name's Tom Carhill. It's Thursday, the 20th of November, 2014. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you think.